Wake up! Open up your Redfin app. Look at all the homes on the market for sale. Look at all the businesses that are closing. Yet what is the focus of our elected leaders? They continue to try to not only not help the job creators and the contributors to society, but to actively punish them and hurt them. Just one example of this. What is Katie Wilson doing? She has a press conference yesterday with the city attorney, both of them socialists, talking about more regulations on landlords, more ways to try to make it nearly financially impossible to provide housing to people in the city of Seattle, to own a rental unit in the city of Seattle. Their latest thing that they're targeting, what they call junk fees. They could say they're hidden junk fees. So they want to get rid of things like appliance charges, pet rent, additional fees if you have a pet, for instance, fees for using or for having common areas in some of these, more upscale apartments. So things that they call junk fees. And this is after so many different policies, rent control statewide in the state of Washington, limiting the types of background checks, the first in time ordinance. It's made it so difficult for anyone for it to be financially feasible to have a rental unit, even 1 or 100, it doesn't matter. Here's Katie Wilson at this press conference yesterday.
And this is a pattern that we're seeing not just in rental housing, but across our economy, where irresponsible actors are nickel and diming ordinary people, finding sneaky ways to add on a fee here, a fee there, whether that's when you buy an airplane.
I'm sorry, my hardest part with the renting in this area currently is the fact that you have to make 3 times the rent to even be able to be considered to rent the apartment. And with maybe the lowest rent around here being $1,500, $1,700, $2,000, $2,200, $2,500.
And with renters, that hits you where it matters most, your home, the thing that you need most to have a stable and dignified life. So this legislation is about fixing that problem and creating predictability and transparency for renters across Seattle.
No, that's not what it's about. This is about getting closer to the socialist utopia of taking private property from people and putting it in the hands of the government. I mean, she's this close to having a press conference saying what Mamdani said in New York about, if you're a bad landlord, we're going to seize your property and we're going to use it for the public good.
As a resident here, I don't necessarily want that either. I don't necessarily want the government to be able to chase out private business. I'd rather have private business be able to have an easier time competing against each other. As at this point, we've turned into such a monopoly state.
She's a socialist. That's what she wants. That's what socialists want. That's what socialists do. Here's Seattle City Attorney Erica Evans.
Banning junk fees is common sense. It sends a clear message to bad landlords that if you decide to come to Seattle to pad your pockets, to nickel and dime renters here in our city, we're going to hold you accountable. Yeah. That's right. And if you do that, my office is going to take you to court. And you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay the city of Seattle. You're going to have to pay the renters that you took money.
City of Seattle has plenty of our money at this point, and they've done none of the correct things with it. Seattle is on a high-speed downfall at this point. It's trashed. It's covered in piss and shit. It's got drug addicts all over the place. It's got people wandering around in hot pink fishnets and mini skirts and exposing all kinds of things that you would never really want to see. And they need more money?
You're going to have to pay up to 3 times the amount of the unlawful fees that you collected. So let me be clear to those bad landlords, you exploit our renters, we'll see you in court. And you're going to be the one to pay, Because that is what real accountability looks like.
For her to say, oh, you think you can come here and get rich and pad your pockets as a landlord? I promise you, ma'am, there is not a landlord in America. There is not a housing provider, a builder, and developer in America who still believes that they can come to Seattle and pad their pockets and get rich. That maybe at one point they thought that, not anymore. They can't even make money off their rental units. They can't even make money off their buildings. And for her to say that's what real accountability looks like. Let me show you what accountability looks like. Watch this for a second. So there's somebody
My name is
speaking,
Sonatina
right?
Sanchez.
I want you to pay
I
attention
started
to what's
renting my
happening in the
home
background.
in 2010 from Capitol Hill Housing, now Community Roots Housing. A few years ago, CRH closed our building manager's office, and we were told now we had to drop rent at the main office, mail it in, or pay electronically. All of these options cost extra fees, on top of buying a money order, which many of our residents have to do due to their lack of banking.
In case you're just listening to the show today, in the middle of the press conference, before the press can actually ask questions, Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson and City Attorney Erica Evans sneak out. They sneak out the side. Can we watch that again in the background? Oh, hey, we got really important stuff for you to do. Why don't you get out before the media can ask any questions? Is it okay if I just sneak you out the side? We don't want the reporters to ask any questions. And you know what? Some really loony people are going to come up to the microphone pretty soon. So, oh, hey, do you want to leave, Erica? Yeah, we got really important stuff to do. Let's get out of here. Sneak. They never came back.
Sounds
They
right.
never came back. She's talking about this is real accountability. How many times has Seattle's mayor snuck out of press conferences or announcements before anyone could ask a question, and reporters are trying to chase them down? That's what their version of accountability looks like. So I think it's because they wanted to avoid the questions that the media would have for them, but it also could be that at that point in the press conference, some real loony people started to get up to speak.
Currently live in a Seattle Housing Authority building, Harbor Court. SHA is just starting to roll out a fee of $250 for every false fire alarm that goes off in the building that causes the fire department to have to come out.
This is the city of Seattle.
What do we need?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it is Looney Tunes. These are the people who are influencing policy in the city of Seattle. And so maybe Katie Wilson and Erica Evans are like, well, we said what we had to say. Let's get out before people start to take the microphone and look ridiculous. But they look ridiculous sneaking out. And they didn't answer any questions from reporters. They have this policy that's going to worsen the housing crisis, that's going to scare out the contributors of society like they have been doing for 10 years. And they can't answer any questions about it. And I mean, I could play on loop a whole montage of Katie Wilson sneaking out of the back door, calls the press there, oh, come listen to what I have to say, but I don't want you to ask me questions, because she's a socialist. She wants state-run media. That's what socialists do. Socialists and communists want state-run media where they can control the questions and can control the narrative. For now, she's not able to get that, although I would say Seattle media is pretty damn close to being state-run media. I mean, they're just going to lob her softballs anyway, but she can't even handle the softballs because she is so damn out of her depth.
Thanks for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed some of our commentary. If you got any questions about any of the things that we talked about today, please do your own research.